Hello, good morning. Today is a day where I was like, you know what I haven't done in a bit, and I feel like I say this every time. I just haven't talked or told a story in a hot second, so that's what I'm doing today. Technically, that's already a lie, because it's not one story, it's multiple, but just the general topic. I feel like it's kind of interesting, so I wanted to share it. So back in the ye old age of the mid 2010s, my family decided to start hosting Chinese exchange students. I can't exactly remember how my parents found out. I think we were at a church service or something, and someone who came to speak for the company that was running the whole thing came and spoke for 10 minutes to be if anyone's interested in just having a Chinese exchange student come to your house for a while to study and experience America a little bit, you can do that. So my parents were kind of ooh, that's pretty epic, because, you just get to have this person from another country chill at your house and, learn about America and do, American things. Go to, 7-Eleven and get, a big Slurpee for, $1.25. Me and my siblings weren't exactly sure what to think or do about this, because we were we've never had anyone just randomly stay at our house for a few months, a year, a few weeks, what have you. Because with the program that we kind of went into, based on when the student was coming in, sometimes they wouldn't stay a whole year. It really just depended on the situation. But my brother and I, as well as my parents, were the main ones to kind of have the full experience with our first exchange student. And essentially what the whole deal with this program was essentially having exchange students, specifically from China, come over to America to study and experience an American school, take tests, do homework, go to activities and stuff. So just learning and having a good experience, hopefully. And then for our side of things, they would chill in our house. The room that they would stay in is that away. We could go to family trips. We could go take them on, field trips. Or we could just go and do chill stuff with them. We would take our exchange students to family reunions that we had, or just different holiday things, just so they can kind of experience, American traditions and be yeah, America, eagle screech, rah. I think in total, from the time we started hosting exchange students at our house from the time we ended, it was around 10 people, because sometimes the students would stay shorter terms than others. I think we had 2 high school age guys, we had 2 middle school age boys, we had 3 or so high school age girls, and then we also had 1 adult school teacher who did music things, I think. So we had around 10. I may be miscounting that because I wasn't here for some of it, but I think it was close to 10, around that number. And the time that we had our first exchange student at our house, he was there for the whole year or whatever. So we became very familiar with him. I still keep up with him. He's graduating this year from college. That's crazy. He's basically a year under me school-wise or whatever. But that's just crazy. So I stay up to date with him, because in general, the longer they stayed, the more connected you got to them. And as the first exchange student experience, he was fantastic. All of them were really good and really awesome people in their own way. But for the first experience that we had, such a cool dude. He loved basketball, super good at music. He a very smart guy. From what I can remember, this guy specifically, he really liked the Golden State Warriors and had a bag. Sometimes when we message each other, he'd send pictures of the Golden State Warriors, or if I ever see something with that, I'll send him a picture. I'm bro, it's you, but from over here while you're over there back at home. And it was very interesting because through this program, as a host family, some of the ways in which we would message the students, if we were helping to pick other people up, or our own exchange student, we'd use an app called WeChat, which, if you don't know what that is, it's primarily a Chinese thing, so probably wouldn't know about it anyways, but it's basically just a messaging app, and you can post social media things, so it's kind of like Instagram essentially. And personally, I really enjoyed using WeChat because it's you could message and post pictures, but you could also, in the messages, send these little gifs of little dancing little panda, all these little emoji things. It was so fun. I really like WeChat. Would recommend. 10 out of 10. But in general, with every exchange student that came to the house, I was always kind of worried for them because, like, I personally could not imagine going across, like, and away from your country to somewhere completely random to meet these random people and, like, stay there for a while and try to do school in a different language. Like, all of the exchange students that we had different levels of proficiency in English, which I didn't really care about because, you know, just big respect in general for coming to a different country. But seeing them work through that and doing homework and like meeting other students at the school that they went to, all super cool and just like fun and interesting to watch from the sidelines, while also occasionally like helping them with homework if they're like, what does this even mean? And I'd be like, bro, I don't know either. And I'm like a natural, you know, like I've done English my whole life, but I don't know. And it was really cool too, especially with our first exchange student, because he would go to like family events with us and he would meet our family and they all really like he was a really fun, chill dude. He was very open, not like overly extroverted, but just a chill guy to talk to, and like our family still loves him and we like talk to him and stuff. But he'd like go to different events outside of family things where we knew people, and he'd play basketball, like just super chill and just like doing whatever. And it was kind of cool from a cultural perspective because pretty much each time that we had a new exchange student or whatever, they'd come to our house and like bring stuff from China, whether it was like Chinese dishware or like, you know, like chopstick and like tea set stuff, or like just different like toy things from China, but it was like culturally kind of more authentic, I guess is not the right word, like way to say that, but just like gifts, which I thought was cool because like I guess it's kind of like a respect thing, like thank you for having me at your house. But in general, I actually have some of those things and I'll talk about them in a second. But it was also really cool to like share American culture with the different exchange students, just things in general. And then specifically, like we go and see family sometimes, or we did up in Virginia, like up in the mountains. And something that I didn't even consider is the fact that like over in China, I guess they don't really have like lightning bugs or something. So like students would come with us and it'd be late at night. We're up in the mountains, like yee, you know, in the mountains. And then there'd be lightning bugs. And they're like, what are those? It's like, that's true. I've never even considered that. What are those? And then you could show them to them. And it's like, oh, that's so cool. Like, I did not even like consider that. That's so cool. But now I will show a few things that I still have from the times that we did these things. Which even now throughout the house, we have different frames and stuff that they gave us, like scrolls and stuff. We have like little stick sets, like chopstick sets, little table things. I think we still have our whole tea set somewhere. I cannot remember what was originally in this box. This is just a box of random stuff that I have from like my entire life. But I think this was from the Chinese exchange student stuff, so you know, it works out. So one of the things that I have is this like really cool card. It's like a paper card, and the reason they gave it to me, one of the students, I told them one of my favorite animals is like a wolf, so it's got like a dog on the front. That's pretty epic. And it's cool because in the inside the card kind of separates and you can kind of see the design by itself, but inside it says wish you a happy and prosperous new year, so it's like a New Year's card. So I'm someone who kind of grew up in middle school and high school doing theater stuff, so one of the things that the students gave us were these really cool, and this is also kind of similar, like paper cuts of like Chinese facial like opera makeup, so it has like different designs on it and stuff, and you can kind of see like what the different characters would be like in the opera or whatever, but it's like just general stuff that's like cultural, and it's like, oh, that's so cool. One of the students knew that I really like drawing, so she made me like this little picture of this character. Like you can't hold up, you can't really see it, but anyways, very cute. I'm someone who likes to travel, and occasionally I've gone outside of the US and I've like kept some of the money just to be like, oh yeah, I went here and here's some money from it that I'm never going to use, but it's still cool. But some of the students would give us like paper money, and it's like, I'm never going to be able to use this unless I go over there. So I probably will at some point because China looks cool. I don't know. I can't exactly remember what exactly this is, but originally it was like a magnet, and it has like what kind of seems similar to like the opera makeup and stuff, but very cool. One of the students gave me this like keychain thing to put on my bag, so I still have it, and it's like fancy. It's got like all these colors. It's very pretty. And then something I was super excited to get for the first time were like actual fan things, which I don't want to mess them up. But I personally have two, and this one has cool like cherry blossom designs on it. And this one comes with the bag. I don't know where this one's bag is, but anyways, this one's cool because like one of my favorite colors is dark green, and this one kind of also has like plant designs on the top, but it's like green, and it is nice to have when it's hot, so like I still keep these for sure. But in general, it's been a while since we've done it, so sometimes I just like to think about it, and I see this stuff and I'm like, oh yeah, we did do that at one point. So it was just really cool to kind of have that experience and have them just come over and, you know, do things. Like, such a random thing to do, but still cool. But that's essentially like a small recap of many years of like hosting Chinese exchange students that we did at this house. I just kind of wanted to talk about it because I think it's so cool when like you meet other people from different countries, or you hear a different accent, or you hear someone speaking another language. I'm like, that's so cool. So I just wanted to share a little bit about this. But in general, it was a good time. Met lots of different people, got to help them with their school stuff and like see all the things that they were doing. Very cool. But that is it. So thank you very much for watching. Bye.